morning, Roya. You're the first one here this morning. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Karen, Hannah, Kitty. Oh, we got a lot of people jumping on quick. Yay, you did make it. That's awesome. Hi, Marlene, Lawton, Melinda. Wow, everyone's jumping on quick. This is awesome. Do you feel rested after your Memorial Day weekend down in the States? Danielle. Why did I think it was Diana? No idea. Sorry. Good morning, Sonia. Lori. Everyone have a good, you're hurting? Oh, yeah. The pollen here is low today, so I'm hoping that my allergies stay under control. Yeah, you do have two small kids. Good morning, Carrie. I remember my daughter, when she was little, she was 3, and when she was tired, she'd just say, "Mom, I'm gonna go to bed." Who else got a sunburn? Too much beer. Aw, I'm glad you guys had a good weekend. So today, we didn't have our live last night, so don't think that you missed anything. I canceled it because of Memorial Day down in the States. And, but today I wanted to just talk about something that happens here on Instagram. And I see it a lot. I experienced it when I first started posting about narcissism, and I see it too with others. There are definite keyboard warriors that get out there and like to attack those who speak up and out and into this abuse to bring awareness. And I remember when I got my first hater, my first Instagram hater, and she was defending the narcissist and trying to tell me that I wasn't a true empath if I didn't have empathy for the narc. And I remember at first being kind of triggered by this, because I thought, first of all, how dare you come onto my page and start attacking me and telling me that I have no empathy. Girl, it was my empathy, my extreme empathy, that got me into the situation with the narcissist in the first place. So damn rights, I am selective with where my empathy goes now. And that's only because of going through that annihilation with the narcissist and being exposed and having to heal all of that. So now I have boundaries in place. You have haters if you're doing something right. Yeah, exactly. So one of our people here experienced her first hater. and I just laughed, because the place that this person was coming from, it was like, is this really the hill you want to die on? You want to hold this cross so high and die on this hill? Just accusing this person of having no empathy and demonizing narcs. Narcs, first of all, do that on their own. They demonize themselves. We don't have to do that for them. But I felt very protective of this person. And that happens when we have a community like this, where we all show up for each other. And we've grown and we've bonded and we've connected with one another here. I'm very protective over this community. So I went to her page, and all I did was educate this woman. Yeah. So Tay, the person who's attacking Roya's latest post about devaluation, I looked at this person's Instagram, and her posts were so repulsive and utterly gross. So this is exactly who I'm talking about. Someone attacked Roya. And I'm very fond of Roya. I think she's an incredible human being. She's a strong survivor, and she's doing exactly what she needs to be doing right now in her healing process. So when this person came on and started to attack Roya, my mama bear instincts, and that's just who I am, a mama bear to all of the people I love, reared up, and I thought, how am I going to handle this? Because I want to make sure that this person understands that she's actually re-traumatizing when she attacks someone who's a survivor. So that's what I told her. I just educated her. And this is, you can't meet someone at that level, at their level, and think that you're going to win, because they're really good at this. They do this all the time. So all we can do when we meet up with people like that is educate them, continue to stay in that place of love for ourselves and respect for ourselves, and educate these people on this abuse. It is not a mental health issue. And this person was saying that narcissists are ill, they're sick, so we should have empathy and compassion for them. No, it's not an illness. It is a disorder. Illness can be treated. This is a disorder that cannot be treated. So we are dealing with people who are fully aware of what they're doing and how they're behaving and how they're manipulating other people to get what they want, us. It's not like you can give them a pill and they're going to be better. Take them to therapy and they're going to be better. That's not how it happens. That's not how it works. So I recognized it the other day also when we were on here on our narc free Sunday, and 2 narcs showed up in my feed, and how quickly we were all coming to one another's defense and protection of each other. And I think that's just because we know what it's like to be torn apart by someone already. Are some narcs unaware? I don't know if they're unaware. They just don't see anything wrong with their behavior. And when they don't see anything wrong with it, there's nothing to change. Anyway, we're all at different places in our healing process. We're all going to see where other people are also. And you can't convince someone who still has their innocence. And this is what I told her. Be thankful you still have your innocence. Which means that you've never been in one of these relationships that has soul raped you. You know, and I explained to her that narcissism falls under the same cluster B personality disorders as sociopaths and psychopaths. Think Ted Bundy. The only difference is that we got away. We were lucky enough, if you want to call it lucky enough to get away with our lives intact. And I say lucky because if you can call being psychologically, physically, emotionally, financially, sexually abused lucky, then consider yourself lucky for having this innocence that you don't understand this abuse. And that's where I left it with her. I wasn't going to get into a pissing match with her because you cannot convince someone who doesn't understand. She clearly thinks that narcs can be healed. That's her hill to die on. I was thinking about what you said yesterday about cutting off all contacts and what are you holding on to. Finally blocked my ex's mom. She's just going to keep crossing boundaries. Good job, Danielle. Sonia says, my narc told me that successful psychopaths don't get caught. So in his mind, Ted Bundy is an unsuccessful psychopath. Ugh. Tay says, I'm going completely off of this person's post, but they scream over narc, so I think she was upset at seeing her own reflection. And you know what, you guys? Hi, Desiree. A lot of this stuff is projection. And this is what Roya was talking about in her devaluation video, was how they will project their bullshit onto you. So, and leave you feeling guilty and all of these crazy things that they really are. So it is projection. And I just wanted to commend Roya for the way that she handled it. She just didn't say anything. She asked me how I would manage it, and I managed it the way that I did. I just educated her. Now, if this woman keeps coming back, Roya, block her ass. Because there are some people out there who just want to keep attacking other people. And they're sitting in their own pain. You know, who knows, she may be a narc, or she's got someone in her life. I thought I could help the narc at one time. Didn't you? I thought my love was healing. I thought they deserved love. We've all been there. And maybe that's just where she is. Maybe she's just there, trying to heal her narc. Who knows? It's not for me to figure out. I don't care. But mess with my peeps? Shit's going down. Can't give love to those who don't want it. So last night, Scarlett was over, and we were talking about healing situations. And I'm obsessed with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I posted something today, and it said that memories without emotion are wisdom. And then I was listening to a YouTube on my walk with Penny this morning. And listen to this, you guys. It is scientifically proven. This is a scientific fact. That after an event has happened, a breakup, a death, or whatever, your body only chemically responds for 90 seconds to 2 minutes tops. Beyond that, past that, you're either getting addicted to the feeling or you're faking it. So when we have a memory of something, we decide whether we're going to stay emotionally attached to that or not. And if we do stay emotionally attached, it's because there's something we're getting out of it. So that makes it an addiction. We're getting a fix by staying attached to that emotion. And so Scarlett and I were talking about this last night as we process healing. And I was able to leave the narc this last time and just have no feeling about it. Because I didn't want to stay stuck in that feeling of addiction to him anymore. But I had also done the work leading up to that. I didn't just decide and then it was done. I was doing all the work prior to leaving. So you can decide whether you want to stay in that emotion. And I know here as narcissistic abuse survivors, yes, this is where I'm going with this, Roya, is that because we are addicted to the trauma, we are trauma bonded to narcissists, that you have to treat this like it's an addiction, which means you need to get the proper help, which means you can't detox by yourself. You need to make sure that you've got your systems in place, because you will go through withdrawals. That's when you want to break no contact. That's when you want to creep his social media. That's when you want to talk to people who might have an in on what he's saying. You need your fix. You need to know if he's jonesing for you too. This is a real thing. So when you're trauma bonded to the narc, this is your addiction. So you're not faking it, but you have now become addicted to the trauma in that relationship. Because anything else can happen. Someone can piss me off. And if I'm going to stay pissed off beyond 2 minutes, it's because I'm getting a fix from this anger. Or I'm faking it. This is what I needed to hear. This is what I'm going through. It gets to the point where you stop caring because they never give a shit about you. Scarlett says that the parent narcissist stuff runs deep, and you associate love with trauma or expectation, and it's entirely true. We do have these expectations on our. We're taught from when we're children what love's going to look like. Is that going to be chaotic? We've seen our parents go through, and I'm not saying my parent, but we've seen people in our lives, our parents model to us what love is. So if they're in an abusive relationship, then that's how you're going to interpret love. That it's got to be painful. It's got to be chaotic, and it's got to be terrible. If you have parents of divorce, thank you, Danielle. You're going to learn that when things get tough, you bail. If you have parents who have had affairs, you're going to learn that it's okay for infidelity. That's what love is, and you're just supposed to tolerate it. You're just supposed to find your way through it. Or, as Scarlett says, that you have to earn love. You don't have to earn love. You are love, baby. You are love. So these are learned behaviors from our childhood. We learn how to love. But we can also unlearn and relearn how to love. And we can take our memories where we're painful and release those so that there's no emotion attached. I can look back on a memory of the narc and I have no emotion. Mustard Seed, Karen says, peeps, make sure you go see Trish for easy release of emotions. She's so well trained. The only therapy that helped me was therapy with an NLP practitioner. Thank you for that, Karen. I really appreciate that. You know, I sit here and I tell you that I can tell you, but unless you hear it from another survivor, and I am a survivor, there are techniques that you can use to release these emotions. You don't have to go back into the pain. I never want to take you back into the memory of it. Let's just look at the emotion and let's shift that emotion. Let's release that emotion and make it something else. Roya says, yes, earn love, tolerate neglect, abandonment, criticism, and rage. So we learn what love is. You guys, we have this power now, this incredible power within ourselves to shift. We get to decide what we want for ourselves. We're not our circumstances, and we're not who we are defined by other people. You know, I'm really digging deep into this neuroscience with Joe Dispenza because he's brilliant and there's truth and healing in there, and we don't have to open Pandora's box and go backwards to heal something. If you want to heal it, you got to stop looking at the wound. You got to stop picking at it. These people have no control in your life anymore, but you do. And for every time you sit there and you relive a memory, you're going to keep picking that wound and reopening it. Your body chemistry, the chemicals in your body do not know whether this is a memory or if it's happening right now. So what you want to do is release the emotion that's attached to that memory. And get on with living a badass life, man. Super badass. Speaking of which, I kept my promise. Jackie's not here this morning, but I kept my promise. And the 3-hour workshop is up. The lousy poet. But when we look at those wounds, then feelings of hurt and revenge come. That's why you stop looking at the wound. Because all the wound does is hurt you. You don't need to look at it to heal it. You don't. There's no need to go back to those memories until you've healed the emotion that's attached to those memories. And that's the work we do. The 3-hour workshop is up. If you click the link in my bio, you're going to see right at the top. There's a whole bunch of links in there. You'll see right at the top that it's the Discovering Your Inner Badass for Narc Survivors. The course is June 22nd, and it's 3 hours long. And it's going to be our first interactive. Like that means we're all in a video chat room together where we get to talk, see one another's faces, and get down and deep to doing some inner badass work. Leave it to karma to screw who screwed you. You know what? If justice, you're fighting an uphill battle if you're trying to get justice with a narcissist, because you're just feeding into everything that they want you to do, which is to give them more of your energy. You have to live your life, like Roy is saying. Your life, your justice comes from taking control of your life and living super badass. That's the revenge. That's the justice. When you get to stand up and you say, fuck this shit, fuck that guy, I'm living my life. And that's my justice. I'm living a life that he said I could never have. I'm living a life that he tried to take away from me. Cut the puppet strings. Fuck this shit, fuck that guy. It's my motto. Kill them by taking your attention away. It kills them. It does kill them. So the course is June 22nd. You can click the link and register there. And we're going to discover what behaviors we have of our own that have been holding us back. We're going to discover where the fracture in the foundation is that the narc got through. Then we're going to look at our behaviors and how we attracted the narc, and how we continue to let this stuff get in our way. And then I'm going to help you find tools to move through it so that you learn how to set boundaries and build some serious self-respect for yourself. That's what this 3-hour course is about. It's not one of those where you click and buy and it's a program. This is live with our community. This is live with me. And we're going to go with the flow, and whatever comes up, we're going to deal with. It's group coaching. This is what group coaching is. So when you do the group coaching, this is very interactive, and group coaching is also a whole lot cheaper than one-on-one. But if you'd want one-on-one, then you know what to do. We're all at different places in our healing journey. We all get something different from everyone. We are the Good Vibe Tribe. Hi, Magda. We are the Good Vibe Tribe. And Roy is sharing some really good stuff right now on the different phases of the narcissist. And I love her passion, and I love her enthusiasm and her creativity when she shares these posts. I don't share those posts. I'm at a different place in my healing. I'm at a different place in my journey. But I can still respect and love and admire and help my girl rise while she's speaking her truth. Lady Daydream, her page is Lady Daydream. That's her right above you, Karen. We all have something to offer each other. And I hope that I see it. I see how you support her and love her and raise her up and hold her in a higher energy, because that's where she's vibrating. She doesn't have hatred in her heart. She's one of the most beautiful people I've met. So are you. All y'all. Keep doing that. Keep doing that shit. Keep standing for one another. Keep talking, keep bringing awareness, and keep educating people. We're not going to create massive change instantly. But all it ever took was a small group of people for awareness to come about. And then the Me Too movement started. And that's how women got the right to vote, because a small group of women spoke up and said, this is unfair. That's all it takes. And with the faith of a mustard seed, we will move mountains, or we will be given wings to fly. Because you guys are super awesome. So on that note, it's 9:24. We don't need to stay here any longer, I don't think. I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. I'm in Alberta, Canada. I'm in Alberta, Canada. So this is an online workshop. Let me reiterate that, because I want you all to know that you don't have to be where I'm at to do this. This is the beauty of the internet. I love you too, Scarlett. Have a great day, Lawton. Love you too, Karen. You know, you guys, the beauty of the internet, we're going to come together in that workshop, and you're going to be amazed at what happens when we're also connected. You can register by clicking in the link. I love you. Holding you in my highest energy of love and healing always. Stay badass and go rock the day.